Yo, what up, Nyakos? It's your buddy Philko here reporting live from your mama's house, doing my thing as I usually do. You know, that most hated dude with the incredible mood. And today I'm going to make a video especially for Kent and Savvy Guy. If you don't know them, their links are in the description. At any time you can go and check out their channels. Both of these guys are guys who haven't gotten much luck with women during their adult lives. They're both pretty sad about it. They constantly talk about it. You know, Savvy Guy specializes in talking down on himself, talking about how he's a fuckboy, a bitch nigga, and you know, he'll never get no pussy. But on the other hand, you have Kent, who does more of talking about how he gets rejected and, you know, how it's not his fault that he's short and how things are messed up in society. So they're a little different. I would say Savvy Guy blames himself more and Kent blames society more. But they both share one thing in common. One thought, one belief. And this thought is that nice guys finish last. They both believe that being a nice guy is a disadvantage when trying to get a woman. What do I want these guys to know? Well, I want them both to know that that's not true at all. It's not true. So in order for me to prove this, I want Kent and Savvy Guy and anyone else who believes that, especially someone who has bad luck with women, I want you to picture yourself in this experiment. There's you and 9 other males of your age, randomly selected off the street, randomly selected, 9 other males. So there's a total of 10 of you, and you're in a lineup, like behind a glass, like you killed somebody. 10 of you lined up, right? No, and these are just typical guys. Some are fat, some are muscular, you know, just like you'd see on the street. And then they bring in 4 women on the other side. You can't see them, but they can see you. And these 4 women collectively can select the 4 best men that they would prefer to be with. So let's say if all of you are the same, well, your odds of being selected a little less than half. A little less than half, right? But now let's factor in the fact that you are you. Now be honest with me. Do you think your chances of getting selected are 40%? Or is it less or more? Is it less or more? So for example, if you're a tall guy, like really nice complexion, muscular, I'm pretty sure that guy's chances goes up to like maybe 85% of being selected as one of the 4. But you, do you think your 40% is less? Do you think it'll go lower to maybe 20%? Or do you think it'll go higher? Now, considering you guys' luck with women, I think you know the answer. You would be below 40%. And why? It's not because you're nice. It's because of your appearance. That's part of the reason. Now, I'm not saying looks are everything. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying you cannot ignore the fact that a lot of women just do not find you guys attractive. And I'm not making this video to be a dick. I'm making this video because reality is important in my opinion. Reality is very, very important. I don't like when I see people, you know, say things and then people just follow them and say, yeah, that's true, you know, just to make them feel better. I'm the raw, real type of guy. How tall are you? How much do you weigh? What does your haircut look like? How do you usually dress? What's your style? All those things matter. All those things matter. I'm not saying everything's about appearance right now. I'm saying that when it comes to the, I guess, first impression, physically, you're losing points. Both of you. And I think you both know that because I can ask you, How often do women approach you in the street and try to talk to you? Or how often do women approach you in a bar and try to talk to you? How often do women give you eye contact until you talk to them? How often do women write you on Facebook and say, you're so sexy? How often do women try to contact you from your YouTube page and say, I want to meet up with you? How often do these things happen? How often do they happen? Do you think they happen as much as with the random guy, with the normal average guy your age? Is it more or less? How often? And be honest with yourself. If you say less, well, that's not because you're nice. That's not the reason. So there is truth to what you're saying about nice guys finish last, but that's not typically about a guy who doesn't even have a girl who doesn't like him. Who likes him. Being too nice usually is for men who have a girl. The girl likes him, she spends time with him, but she finds it fishy and she sees him as a little weak because he's being too nice, too open, and too honest with her, and he does everything she tells him. That's usually when they're together. So for example, I've had more than one girl tell me this, and it was so funny because I also saw it on the Boondocks, and this happened to the character that everybody said was me. Before I ever watched the Boondocks, like 10 years ago, all my friends were telling me, yo Phil, you gotta watch the Boondocks. There's this character that's just like you. His name is Tom. You gotta go watch it. So I started watching it, and there was this one episode, and this is like maybe 2 months after it happened to me. Tom's wife says, you know what your problem is, Tom? Stop doing what I tell you to do all the time. Stop doing what I tell you to do. And then immediately, Tom goes, what? Oh, wait. Okay, so do I start now or do I ignore what you just said? Okay, no, I'll ignore it. Wait, no. All right, I'll ignore what you just said, but then next thing you say, I'll listen to it. Yeah, it was funny, but at the same time, I've heard that twice myself. I've heard that same thing. Now, the average man, including me, would say, what kind of retard would say something like that? What kind of retard would say, your problem is you do what I tell you too much? Well, that's what it's about. It's about when a man is already with a woman and she wants him to be a man. She wants him to be a man. When you first meet a girl, if she's sexually attracted to you, I guarantee you, no matter how nice you are, unless you're just creepily nice, you know what I mean? Because you may confuse nice with annoying. You can send a girl a text every 5 minutes saying, you're beautiful, you're nice, you're beautiful, you're nice. Yeah, you may think that's nice, but that's actually annoying. You're doing it too much. But if you're genuinely nice to the girl and she's attracted to you and she's feeling your style and stuff, she's not going to give a shit. If she ever does give a shit, it's during the actual sexual relationship in which she might start to not like it. Because women, I learned, and it's so true, they're like ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. They like it. They love ups and downs. Why? I'm not sure. They don't mind arguing sometimes and having little fights and then being happy the next day. They like that shit. But with a guy who's nice all the time, when they're in a relationship, they might actually feel a little bored. There's this famous video, this YouTube clip of some judge show. And what's funny is there's a black lady who is talking about her husband was too nice and that's why she wants to divorce him. And everybody was laughing at her. But I understood what she was talking about. I'm not saying I agree with her, but at the end of the day, you like who you like. If you think your husband is too nice, you don't want to be with him, leave him. That's your right. I don't think you're crazy. I would just say, hey, look, you have this guy who's really nice to you. Well, you better enjoy it, in my opinion, because other guys out there might be mean to you. They might hit you and they might hurt you. But hey, if that's what you prefer, go for it. You're into what you're into. I'm not going to insult you for being into what you're into. That's just what I would tell her. But she left him because he was too nice. Now, I guarantee you that guy was extremely nice to her when they first met. That's how everyone is. How most people are. That's your representative. That first meeting, the first couple of meetings, that's your representative. You even do things in the beginning that you're not going to do much anymore when you're actually together. You're not going to do it anymore. That's just how it is. You know what I mean? And I could give you myself as an example. I constantly remind girls that I'm not romantic when we first start hanging out. If you're around me when if we like go out on a double date or a triple date, some shit, you will hear me say at least one time, I am not romantic. So let's say I open a door for a girl. She may think it's because I'm a romantic, but actually I open the door just because I happen to be first. But if she was first, I would expect her to open the door. And if I open the door, or when I open the door, you hear her say things like, "Oh my God, you're so romantic." The first thing I'm going to say immediately is, "I am not romantic." Why do I say that? Because I don't want her to see me as a guy who is a possibility to be in a relationship with. I try to kill it, not by being mean, but not by being too nice in the beginning, so they won't want me to be with them one-on-one, forever kind of thing, exclusive relationship. That's how I am in the beginning. But when I start liking a girl, I do become nicer. That's just how I do it. Because at first, usually everybody's nice. Now, these guys that you guys talk about, how they like mean niggas, disrespectful niggas, hood niggas, whatever. These dudes are actually much nicer in the beginning. Those dudes you're talking about who are assholes to women, they're much nicer in the beginning. They typically, it's very rare that they just start out by being assholes. Even when they start out with these girls having other women, most of these women believe they can change that individual. Trust me, I know this one very well. They think they could change that individual. "Oh, I can make this man only be with me." A lot of them actually think that stuff. And the guys are generally nicer to them in the beginning. Even the assholes. But as time goes on, they start to be their true selves because you can't afford to pay a representative every day. It's too expensive. So at one point, you just want to start being yourself more. And that niceness starts to die down. So do not think you're not getting women because you're too nice. Because you guys seldom ever pass that point in which you're actually dating the woman. You're kissing, you're going out, you're holding hands, you're having sex. How often do you guys get there? It's extremely rare, if ever. So, what I'm just saying here is, you guys are cool guys, you are nice guys, but the problem isn't you're nice. The problem really is that most girls are not into you. They're not into you. And your niceness, I really believe, has nothing to do with it unless what you see as niceness is actually being annoying. And depending on how attractive you are, that also changes the line between annoying and nice or romantic. So a fat, ugly guy could tell a girl in the street, "Wow, you're very beautiful." She could find that annoying. But if it was really an attractive guy, let's say with a nice car or something, he would say, "Wow, you're really beautiful." She would find that nice. You see? So those things also depend on how they perceive you in the first place. Your level of attractiveness affects how she perceives your behavior. You could do the same thing a really attractive guy does, but she'll look at it differently because she's not attracted to you. So don't think it's because you're nice. That's not it. Sexy guys who are nice to women, they love it. They eat it up. They take pictures. They put it all over Instagram. They rub it in people's faces. They don't give a fuck. It's during a relationship in which that being nice shit all the time starts to become annoying. So I really just want you guys to understand that, because I do not believe at all that women are not into you guys because you're nice. That's not the case. It's because they're not into you, maybe 5% that reason, but 95% of the rest, completely different reasons. You guys got to step your game up. You got to figure it out. You could be on the winning side or you could be on the losing side. That's up for you to decide. And I'm out, Nyakos. Later.